line, how many axes can one man own before it's gratuitous? You need about 4 to 5. What you need, I can show you. To show you exactly what you need. You need a splitting maul. Now, let's say that you use firewood. If you don't burn firewood, you don't have a fireplace or a wood stove, then this is not going to apply to you, is it? But if you do burn firewood or potentially think you will, you need to have a good splitting maul if you do your own firewood. So a splitting maul, there's just no getting around it. Is that an axe? No, it's a maul, but it's of the same vein, right? After that, you're going to want a splitting axe. Something like this here. This is what I'm going to do the majority of my splitting with because I detest swinging a big, heavy, clumsy splitting maul. They're just not very nice to use. After that, you're going to want, probably since you don't fall timber for a living, you're going to want some sort of a classic American felling axe. I think that for the time and the times that we live in, where we're not falling timber in the woods, so to go with a full length double bit, like 32-inch handle, like our grandfathers had, is nonsensical. I mean, most of you never will fell a tree with an axe. I kind of made it my business for a while, and I fell very few with it. So I think that what's better off is to have something that is a true two-handed axe that can work if you needed to, do carpentry work, if you needed to or wanted to fall a small tree for a project or firewood when you're out and about, or a grab and go that does about everything. It fits in a truck. It could be put in a pack. Something like this, like a large Grand Forest Brooks large forest axe, or this type, this intermediate size, a true two-hander, but not too big. And that would be like the third. And then it would round up the final that you would need would be a hatchet. Now that, for most of you, probably would be like a small forest axe or some variation like this. Something that can be used with one hand. Something that you could do detail work with in a bushcrafting scenario. You can make traps. You can carve stuff. Just a regular good wood stove campfire axe. You'll make kindling with it. Not too heavy. Obviously, you could pack with it. My granddad and I carried a smaller version of this, always elk hunting, because when we butchered, we'd split the pelvis on the animal with it. Later on, we went with a bone saw, but I always found that using a bone saw so gruesome. The sound and just the feel of cutting a pelvis in half with bone saw was distasteful, and I would prefer to get it over with and chop it with a small hatchet. So the answer is 4. 4. I think you could have 4 without being gratuitous.